Frozen fans had better freeze in disgust at my awful joke. And to non-fans, don't groan, it's a kid's film, but Frozen deals with a ton of different mental health topics. But also, have you ever noticed that Elsa can be interpreted as a metaphor for anxiety? So Frozen 2 in particular expertly handles a lot of intense emotional topics for kids, such as dealing with changes, anger, fear for a loved one's safety, and grief and depression. It was here for kids to sing along to just in time for 2020 COVID and all the upheaval that period brought for children. I know for me personally, the amount of kids navigating anxiety skyrocketed in the 2 years following COVID. So songs with lyrics like "just take a step, take a breath, and do the next right thing" was a great subconscious guidance for kids when they didn't know what else to do. But Elsa's story from beginning to end is a brilliant example of a battle through anxiety. Let's bullet point. Accepting of her powers in the beginning, after one terrifying instance, she is encouraged to shut away and fear them. Over the years, her anxiety of showing the power controls her. But then, disaster. Her worst fears are realised and everyone knows. She feels liberated by her solitude, but that soon changes. Everything worsens and spins out of control. By the end of the first film, she has learnt to control her powers through accepting them again. Into the second film, and after overcoming so much, she begins to question what else she can achieve. And by the last song, she realises she is the one she's been waiting for and fully steps into herself. You may also notice the creative decision around her hairstyles, done up tight when she is tightly controlling herself, loose braid when she finds some liberty, and fully down and loose when she is free. The first film is the most interesting in this though, and has something very important to note around anxiety. It's very easy for people to get stuck in a loop of fearing the fear. The original source of the anxiety gets lost beneath the fear of what the anxiety can do. The more that Elsa panics over losing control, the faster she loses control. She feels more in control with gloves on, even though they really would make no difference. Think of someone with agoraphobia. The anxiety begins, they try to leave the house and they have a panic attack. And the panic attack is so awful and terrifying that the next time they don't just fear the original source of the anxiety, but also the panic attack. The panic attack is so horrendous, it's an obstacle we don't think we can survive. In this, we easily get stuck in a loop of fearing fear. Elsa's worst fear is people realising she has magic. She doesn't think she'll survive it. But then the worst happens and she does survive it. Then the worst happens again and she survives that too. The magic she was born with, or the anxiety itself that she once embraced as a child, she eventually learns to embrace again. It's part of who she is, and denying its existence only makes it uncontrollable. We're born with a natural fear response and we don't learn to fear it until something terrible happens. From there, it's about making sure it doesn't control you. So if you've never noticed that about Frozen, now you know. You're welcome.